guys, it's Shay. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about beauty, nursing, and lifestyle weekly. Today I'm bringing you guys a lifestyle video. I'm filming these a few days before 2021, but this will probably be the first video of 2021, and I think we're talking about a very important topic today. So I want to talk to you guys about how to make your goals reality. And making goals reality include 3 tips for me. You need to goal set, you need to goal drive, and you need to manifest. I've been telling you guys for so long on my channel that I really wanted to sit down and talk about manifestation with you guys because it's literally the key to life. It is the law of attraction. So I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I do want to sit down and give you guys some tips and steps, not only for you, but y'all know these videos are sometimes for me, to just get us pepped up for the new year. People hate to hear the new you, new me, or new year, new me whole speech, but in reality we all need to be focused on goals, driving our goals and setting our goals and making sure we make our goals reality. Because I know it's cliche to say this, but a goal without a plan is just a wish, and we're sitting here wishing all day and not driving out these goals, then how are we really achieving our best life? So if you're interested, stay tuned. Let's jump right into it. Okay guys, so I am sitting with my handy dandy notebook today. If you ever see me look down, I just have a few notes to keep me on track. This is a topic where I could talk to you guys for 30 minutes. We don't got 30 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys long, so I'm going to keep this to the T. As you guys can see, I'm warm and cozy. Grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, and we are just going to talk as if we are talking face to face, because y'all know how I feel on my channel. I like to have the FaceTime. Okay guys, so we're talking about how to manifest your goals into reality, and the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is goal setting. So goal setting is pretty much what it says, and I think we all know it. You can goal set though, and this is what I feel when I talk to a lot of people. People will spit out all their goals in the world, but when you ask them how they're going to achieve their goal or what their plan is for their goal, unfortunately they do not have that displaced. Now a lot of people will claim, I don't like writing stuff down. I don't like putting stuff in a notebook or putting it in a planner or anything because I feel like it just gets tossed away. But honestly, you need to write this down. You need to write down the goal so you can have the plan, because a goal, like I said in the beginning of the video, without a plan is just air. It's nothing if you don't plan it out. So the first thing I always tell people to do is sit down and write down your goal. And when you write down your goal, write down how you want to achieve that goal. Not only do you want to write down how you will achieve that goal, but make sure the way you want to achieve the goal is attainable. People hate to hear this because they say, oh, I should be able to have a goal to do anything I want. Do I agree with that? Yes, but you also need to make sure that you understand your outlying sources and resources when thinking about your goal. So what are my sources? What are my resources? What amount of time? When I tell people to make a goal attainable, that's my main thing. In the hospital, I know we make plans of care for patients and we have to put an exact time. I want the patient out of bed by themselves in 3 days. I want the patient breathing normal in 2 days. You have to set a time limit for yourself also, because if you just write down a goal and say, I want a new car, and you don't tell yourself a specific time, you're never going to get that car, because you're just going to be like, oh, my goal was always to get a new car, and it's going to be 4 or 5 years down the line, and you're going to be like, oh, my goal is to get a new car. Like, you have to make goals attainable. You have to make goals that you can work to achieve. So as I said, be realistic with your goal. Make sure your goal is attainable when it comes to time and resources. What might take someone 5 minutes to do might take another person a month to do. And this is honest saying. What might take somebody 2 weeks to do might take another person a year. But you have to consider yourself. You have to consider your drive. Not only your drive, but your resources, your motivation, your personality. Your personality plays a good part into that. So with that being said, next thing I do have to tell people is, a lot of times a false fact I hear about goal setting is your goals have to be to help others, and that's it. People don't focus on the fact that a goal is not going to be set properly if it's not self-fulfilling. And stop before you get mad at me, because I know a lot of you are going to say goals and purposes are not about, fulfilling yourself. You have to be humble. There's a difference between being humble and making sure you're doing what you're called to do. When you're doing what you're called to do, you're able to lay down at night and be satisfied in what you're doing while it's helping others. I use nursing as a perfect example. I go through hell and hay waters with nursing. Chaos nonstop. Both jobs, in school, whatever you say, is chaotic. But when I lay my head on my pillow at night, I have a fulfillment inside myself. And I'm not saying just like for money gain and all that stuff, but I know I feel good about what I'm doing because I'm touching other people's lives and it makes me feel good inside. You have to feel good inside about what you're doing, and you also have to like what you do. Like, I understand when it comes to careers, and that's the difference between a career and a purpose. You might be doing something in the meanwhile just to make ends meet and to get your money and take care of your household, and I don't knock that at all. But when it comes to your purpose, it's got to be self-fulfilling, and it has to be your overall purpose to help this planet. We're all a piece, a puzzle, a piece, something in this world. All right, guys. Now, the next thing a lot of people skip over, they want to hear goals and they want to hear manifestation, but they don't want to hear about the thing in between that's called work. You gotta be goal driving. Yes, I said it, goal driving. You can write this plan down on paper, but if you're not doing anything to drive out the goal, then what's the point? You cannot expect a harvest if you have not planted a seed. You guys are gonna hear a lot of biblical references, a lot of spirituality centered sayings in my video, but that is because I believe in a higher power, which is God. And I'm not saying you have to believe in that higher power to achieve what I'm talking about in this video, but you have to connect with your higher power in some type of way where you're on the same momentum to achieve your goal. So if I'm pulling my work and God's pulling his work, we're meeting at a medium and we're getting things done. If I'm sitting here and thinking that things are going to drop out the sky and happen for me, no. A lot of us, especially in the Americanized society, and I know people are going to hate when I say this, feel like things should be handed to us on a silver spoon. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with, people helping each other out and, parents setting things up for their children and things like that. But one thing I can say about myself, and this video is not to brag, but one thing about me, I've always went out and worked for what I wanted, and I've always pulled my leg work when it comes to what is my purpose. So, instance, I wanted to have this roof over my head. I gotta go to work each day. Now, who provided the job? God. Who provided the man to make this building? God. Who provided, the numbers and, the credit system to work? God. But I have to pull my leg work. I have to be, have some type of get up about myself to go out, go to work every day, come home, sleep, go back, have that responsibility. Check my numbers, check my balances, not spend money on pocketbooks and shoes and clothes and not have money for my rent. So that is the point in goal driving. And I might have got a little off tack with that, but basically what I'm trying to say is you cannot expect for things to happen for you if you're not pulling your legwork. People want to go to nursing school. People want to be nurse practitioners, but they don't want to go to school and do the work. People want to be doctors and expect it to happen in 2 years. That doesn't happen. You cannot work. You cannot eat if you don't work. The Bible says it. Life says it. Society says it. You cannot expect to harvest if you do not plant that seed. So as we get into talking about manifestation, because I know this is what most of you guys are waiting for, the one thing I want to speak about manifestation is, and goals and goal setting, is that there has to be intention behind what you are achieving or what you will. Now, I can sit on here on camera today and say I want to have a Benz by the time I'm 35. What is the intention in me having a Benz between the age of 35? Is it just so I want to be flashy? Is it because I want to, achieve something and show something for my hard work? God is going to consider that when you goal set, goal drive, and manifest. Do I need a Benz? No. I need something with 4 wheels to get me back and forth to work. But you have to be intentional with what you want. And it's never to say it's not okay to, manifest things you want, because we all have wants. I want nice things. I want pretty things. But you have to be intentional. That's the main thing. And you have to, the first step in manifesting is being grateful for what you already have, gratitude. So when I sit down to manifest the things that will and are and always happen in my life, I begin those with gratitude, thanking God for what I have. So God, I want a Benz when I'm 35, but I'm grateful for this car you blessed me with now. This car is more than enough. You've done more than enough. You saved me so much money with the car I already have. You've blessed me with a job to take care of this car and whatever may happen to it it in your will. You've blessed me with sources of income to able to keep a roof over my head and to also get to work in this car that you provided. There's so much in manifestation, but the first tip in manifestation, y'all, is gratitude. So the first thing I tell people when I talk about manifestation, people are like, what is manifestation? Manifestation is speaking what you believe will happen and is happening. So words I tell people to take out their vocabulary when they want to manifest is I need, I want, and I will. I have achieved, I am doing. Those are those terms that you want to say, because you are speaking these things as though they already happened, because you are manifesting them. You are bringing them to life. You can't just speak life and not believe it. You have to believe it. I do understand we're all human. There are times when I doubt a lot of things in my life, but you have to speak on it. You have to believe it. You have to claim it. If you're not going to believe, there is no point in the words coming out of your mouth. Now, I know y'all seen those crazy things on some of the shows where people stick post-it notes all over the house. As crazy as that seems, our minds are programmed, guys. The more we see something, the more we do something, the more it replays and it reenacts in our mind and it programs. Our brains are computers. So those sticky notes y'all see around, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am a nurse practitioner, I am a Black health professional, those things are manifestations. Those things are things you speak. You speak life into yourself. You don't speak bad on yourself. You speak positivity over your environment and your energy. Now, the other thing I also want to tell people about manifestation is manifestation has simple parts. You prepare for it, which was the goal setting. You work for it, which is the goal driving, and you receive it, which is the manifestation. So I had to write that down because when I thought about it, I was like, wow, that's a good way to look at it. So when you're receiving it, you also have to meditate on it. And this is another thing where I think people would want to sit and think people are crazy, but you have to understand when it's you and you're alone and you're in your quiet and you're able to focus, there is time for you to meditate on what is and what will become. So I know the Bible talks about getting in a closet and praying, and when you pray, you don't tell everybody about what you pray about. Now, there's some things, I have to manifest sometimes out in public and out in the open, and it does happen, and I'm not going to say it doesn't, but you create more positive energy for those things that you want to happen when you keep them quiet, because as you manifest things, there's energy. There's lots of energy around us, and when you manifest something and there's negative energy, it's not saying that the thing is not going to happen, but negative energy brings you into a negative state. So example, have you ever said you wanted to do something and you had somebody else was like, oh my God, why would you want to do that? And then don't lie, y'all doubted yourself. You doubted yourself. You really asked yourself, why do I want to do this? Or what made me think that was okay to do? When in the first place, that was what you wanted to do and that was your purpose. Don't let energy come in and sway what you want to manifest. So sometimes you have to manifest in quiet. Manifest in quiet or manifest in trustworthy people. Alright guys, so I hope this video is not too long, but I just want to leave you guys with some closing points. There were some things that I wrote down at the end of thinking about all this that I really wanted to speak on and let you know. And then I'm going to let you guys go so you can start, believing and manifesting and goal driving and goal setting and getting it done. So the first thing I said is you can manifest for others, but you cannot set or drive their goals. That is the same thing as pulling leg work. I can say you will be a thousandaire, you will be a millionaire, but I cannot set that goal for you and I cannot drive it for you. I can plan the goal for you and I can act like I'm driving it for you, but in all, that is not going to be manifested within you because you're not putting forth that momentum that's required between you and your higher power to manifest and bring that to life. Second thing I talk about is manifesting without faith is dead, just like faith without works is dead. So you can manifest and you can claim these things and you can say it all you want, but if you don't believe it and you don't do what you need to do to step up to those things and goals you want to achieve, then it might as well not even happen. And I think I speak on this enough. I think I'm just really honestly bringing this whole video to a point when I say that. Another thing I really have to stress, y'all, and I have to take a drink on this one. What is meant for you is only meant for you. And I'm not saying that what somebody else is doing you cannot do, but someone else's journey, while it might compare, it will never be the same as your journey. A lot of this happens in social media. A lot of this happens in journeys to nursing school, journeys to medical students, journeys to business partners, business owners, entrepreneurs. Your journey is never going to be the same as someone else's. It's never wrong to be influenced or look at someone else's life and say, wow, I want to do what they did to get where they got. But your journey, I say this because I don't want people to get set up for failure. You might sometimes hit hiccups that other people might not have hit. And remember, social media is just a picture. There is a video that we all don't see. There are hiccups that people hit that they don't relay or they don't talk about because people don't want to talk about the negative. People want to focus on the positive. So just remember that your journey is for you. It's for what you are meant for and your purpose and your will. What we both are doing might be similar or almost exact. Our journeys to get there were different, our time frames were different, our hiccups were different, and that's what makes your journey so much powerful to you. Not saying your journey is more powerful than anyone else's, but your journey is always going to be powerful to you because you know the video behind your journey while other people might only see the picture. Alright guys, we've reached the end of this video, so I feel like I've talked for so long. I hope this video is not more than like 15 minutes long, but we've really covered some very important information in here for making sure you're able to make your goals become reality. One big thing I did want to touch on that I'm surprised I did not mention in the beginning since I'm over here raising up my notebook is the best way for you guys to goal set, goal drive, and manifest is by creating a journal. You need a journal so you can write down your vision and make it plain. You need a journal so you can write down those goals that are attainable. You need a journal so you can write how you're going to drive out the plan. And you need a journal to manifest. I write in my journal all the time, y'all. I am a nurse practitioner. I am a business owner. I am achieved. I have achieved. I'm going to achieve. We don't speak about what we want. We don't speak about what we need. We don't speak about what we can't do. We ain't got time for that. We speak about what we are and what we're doing and what we're going to do and what we've achieved because we are going to talk about it as if it has already came to play. So, as you guys can see, I'm very excited about this video because it's something I'm very passionate about, and I don't sit on here and brag about the things that happen in my life. I sit on here and talk to you guys about this because I want you to know that it can happen to you too, and that's why I'm so passionate about this because I literally talk to people about this all the time, and I want you to know that if you want to do something, it can come to pass as long as it's within the lines of your purpose and your will for why you are here. So, I love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. If you want to hear more talks about this, let me know in the comment box. Make sure you subscribe on your way out. Give a thumbs up if this was something that you liked, and I will see you guys in the next video.